Yes, my people, welcome back to the channel. And today I've got another edition of PL Review. As you can see, wow, we're booing. That's crazy. We've got people booing in the back.
To clarify, are you booing me or are you booing the fact that the Premier League, what has happened on the weekend?
The establishment, the whole establishment.
The whole establishment. Okay, so I guess the establishment now, yeah? All right, cool. Obviously, clearly, we've got some Arsenal fans in the back. But yeah, we're going to do a PR review. And on my left, obviously, we've got a special guest. For those who remember,
For those of us who remember.
Come on. Can we get a round of applause, please?
Pleasure to be here, mate. Pleasure to be here, mate. My first time in this studio, I think. Feels nice in the Liban studio still. Not sure about the shirt, but
yeah, no, that's
calm.
Come on, you got to respect it.
Yeah, calm, 15th.
Nah, it's been a good weekend for us because we haven't played.
No, you know, the week roundup, yeah, that means we have to factor in what happened on Monday as well.
Oh, yeah, so we're predicting, so we're going to analyze.
The previous Monday, we have to go over that one again.
You're just trying to get your early. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get your licks in.
I'll have more opportunities, don't worry.
Listen, you'll get your opportunity at some point. Obviously, the first game we're going to start off with is Aston Villa versus Arsenal.
Okay.
Why
are you smiling already, bro? Look how happy this guy is, bro. Everyone's talking about like Salah, Leeds, Liverpool. This guy said, "Hey, we've got to talk about Buendia, bro. How do you think about that, bro?"
Villa Park, hey, Birmingham. That's my favorite city, you know. That's my favorite city after London.
Yeah, it probably is now. Still, it's
yeah,
dark,
it is, and of course, it wasn't a result that you liked. Obviously, it was a 2-1 loss to Arsenal. Bear in mind, I never said 2-1 win for Aston Villa. I said 2-1 loss for Arsenal. Yeah,
I get it, bro. Go
on.
But
anyway, what was your thoughts on the game? And also, like, are you worried about Arsenal? Have you got any sort of vulnerabilities there? Are you going to bottle the league?
Why do you start like, adding these extra questions?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
You asked me my thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how are you going to react when you don't win?
No, I'm just putting some statements out there, innit? But yeah.
No problem.
But anyway, what's your thoughts on the game? And obviously, what did you think? How do you think? Like, start with the lineup, actually. Let's start up with the lineup because a lot of Arsenal fans, I realised, questioned the lineup. How did you feel about the lineup?
I mean, the lineup, I wasn't too mad given what we had available, right? Like, obviously, I was saying before to you that injuries and that is calm when you have the depth and whatever. You don't really have to care about injury too much. It's only when it's like so condensed in one area, you get a little bit worried. I'll be real. Like, I rate Hincapié, I rate Mosquera, I rate all of our defenders. But obviously, when they're playing together for the first time, it might need a bit of time to gel in a few weeks. But aside from that, obviously, we knew Mosquera's gone for a number of weeks. Saliba ain't going to be there. The only question mark is whether or not, I guess, really and truly, Marino or Gyökeres starts. Because obviously, Trossard, we saw now, was still kind of injured. That's why he came on, went back off. So the lineup, I wasn't really mad at it. I don't really get too stressed about the lineups these days because realistically, whatever lineup we put out can do a job. And Aston Villa away, even if you're at your best, it can still be a long day. Yeah. When them man are rocking, even though it was a lunchtime game, them man was still up for it. And to be fair, first off, I think they just about edged it. I'd say like 55-45 or so.
Yeah,
like, I think we had chances. I think they had chances as well. It was one where they were definitely amped up. And our team maybe was more like hit and hope long shots in it, like Emi would save. Then obviously they get their goal. Eze caught napping at the back post. Matty Cash, obviously I'm fuming in it. You don't want to be losing, especially away Aston Villa. It's a long day. Second half though, I was happy again because we looked in straight away. Whatever he said at half time, I don't know if he brought that the light bulbs or whatever he done. We were cooking second half. Like they were really on the back foot, on the ropes. Obviously Gyökeres and Trossard came on. We got the equaliser. We had like a little 10 minutes afterwards, but then it was like all Aston Villa for the remaining 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It was just wave after wave where you see when they're putting their body on the line to try to block it. I'm like jumping the laptop trying to block it as well. And then obviously, eventually, they came close with the like Timber own goal type thing, whatever you want to call it that. What's his name? Daniel Marlon had a chance. And then Buendia bags last week of the game, man. You have to charge it, bro.
Nah, it was limbs. That was limbs. Like, you know what it is, and for me, it's obviously the manner in which it happened, innit? Or like if you're losing 2-1 already and you end up losing the game, fair enough, innit? But it's like literally in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's peak.
And it's the way it happened as well. The ball is just all over the place.
You're thinking
just
someone just boot it, bro.
Yeah, and then
you're sitting there thinking, hey, there's got to be a little like VAR handball. You know, there's not, but you just start hoping like, yo, like I swear there was a little like handball or something.
I know. I realized as well. I do that a lot as well. You know when you know the goal's gone in,
it's gonna
but you start shouting VAR. You're thinking, I know something's happened.
Yeah.
I know something's happened. I'm just hoping it goes to the VAR. But in terms of the actual, I know you touched on already, like Marino and Eze. Do you think that was a bad call to start them? Because I felt like this type of game, I felt like they would have been more useful coming off the bench.
So who would you have started?
I would have started with Gyökeres and Trossard. I would have started
Yeah,
with
but
them.
Trossard, we can see, like, Trossard literally wasn't fit. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
Trossard wasn't ready to play, but because we're losing and he has been so clutch for us this season, Arteta was like, yo, just try, give me something in it. He scored the goal and had to come back off. So that tells you he definitely wasn't in a position to start. If anything, you could argue maybe Arteta was hoping that he wouldn't need to use him at all. So I don't blame him for not starting Trossard as clutch as he's been. Obviously, the Gyökeres one, again, it's like, he's also just come back from injury. He hasn't played even a half of football yet. So that's why, like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's a benefit of hindsight thing where we can say,
that's what it is.
Maybe if we did
this,
something would have changed. I don't know. I wasn't like fuming before the game.
You mentioned Gyökeres as well. You know, with him, and this is not. I know he just come back from injury, and it might sound a bit harsh here, but you see, with him, I just feel like when I look at the Arsenal team, and I think the biggest strength is the technicality in the players. I think in terms of technical ability, I think it's the level of Arsenal. I feel like is really high. But for me, Gyökeres, like, he just sticks out like a sore thumb when it comes to, like, I just don't see him being a good fit for your team. Like, I understood why he started with Moreno. I didn't think it was the right call because I felt like Moreno always been good at this season is that when things have gone a bit stale for you guys, he's kind of come off the bench and he's brought you back into the game or he's got you the winner or wherever it is. I just felt like Gyökeres came on and it's like almost like he ruined, like, not that he ruined it, but I just felt like he brought the levels down. It's almost like you started playing with 10 men. That's how it started feeling like to me. Like, it just, I don't know, he just doesn't suit this Arsenal team, in my opinion. I don't think he's a good fit. And I know it's gonna sound harsh because she's just come back from injury, but I've been feeling like this for a while with Gyökeres. It's like the touches.
If I'm being real, like, obviously I'm an honest dude. Before, like, summer and whatnot, I wasn't. You know, when there was the whole debate about, like, Gyökeres, Sesko, I'm in the camp of, like, I don't really rate either of them that highly, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And it was even when it was like Arsenal gonna get Sesko and United Gyökeres. Both of them to me is like, why is everyone so, like, raving about these two as if there's no other footballers on earth? Obviously, he came, and the whole objective is, you know what, maybe you aren't technically gifted or whatever, but just go bag goals. And to be fair, he bagged like a few goals here and there, you know what I mean? So a couple alright performances, but since coming back now, you're yet to see maybe... It's unfortunate for him because he actually started to look good right before he got injured, right? There was the Burnley game that he got injured, and then a little bit before that, he was looking to be quite decent against Atleti as well, but since coming back from injury, it was like a lot of long balls. Konsa was winning every single long ball, every duel. He was winning that one. It was like, it's not great, but
it's not.
I'm gonna give it a couple months and see what I go on, because obviously that's my dog now. I got to back it, you know.
I've seen it. You have done a couple of videos, but it's just, for me, I feel like he's more suited to, like, I feel like in Premier League, I think he's gonna struggle. I think he's gonna be a bit more inconsistent. I think what you see of him right now is what you're gonna get. I don't think we're gonna see anything different with Gyökeres in the Premier League just because of the physicality. I feel like in Portugal he kind of abused that physicality, you know, with the strength.
I think if he gets a bit fitter in terms of, like, obviously he hasn't played for like a month or something like that. So if he's at his maximum fitness capacity, then I can see him still bagging, like, I think my prediction before the season was something like 18 goals or something without
in the
being
league,
that
just
cold.
in the league.
Yeah, without necessarily being that good. I think he can go on a spell of like 7 games or 8 games or whatever. He'll just bag. Not necessarily like the biggest of games or whatever, but again, it's just something to add to when you don't have Havertz, Jesus, and all the other
But do you think he
brothers.
was bought for that? Because obviously you spent a lot of money this summer, and obviously you lot were crying for a striker for over a year. You guys were crying for a striker, somebody that could come in and almost guarantee you 20 to 25 goals every season. You know, that's the type of striker you wanted, and that's the type of striker you saw in Gyökeres. Let's be honest. When we were all talking about him in the summer, it was like he's gonna be that guy that's gonna, you know, get us like 20, 25 goals in the league.
No, but I wasn't, but go on.
I know, but I'm saying
that was the plan.
That was the plan, essentially. Do you know what I mean? And I don't feel like he's gonna ever be that striker for you guys. And I think that's my worry. I think in Europe though, in Champions League, I think he's gonna be very useful because obviously teams are very naive in the Champions League.
They give you more space.
Give you more space, high lines and whatnot. So I think he'll be useful in that competition, especially when it comes to the knockout phases. I just feel like in the league though, I think what you're literally seeing, bro, is what you're gonna get week to week. And I think that might be a bit of a concern.
The thing is, the convo was like, a lot of it was like, oh, he's not doing it, let's say, in bigger games or whatever. Me personally, I'll be honest, if he just goes and bags, again, like that 15 to 18 against the meaty teams, I'll gladly take it, I'll be real. Because in the past few years, our issue has never been facing the big six or whatever, right? We had that record that everyone yap about, you don't lose against them. So I'm comfortable in them games already. It's those cheeky games that are like maybe 1-1, 0-0 or something. Can you just get us a cheeky something? It's a long season. We've got 23 something games to go. So I think he can. I'm not gonna act like I'm a super fan or something.
Of
though.
course,
It is what it is.
So are you? Does this game creep in any nerves? Like, I think that's the best way to phrase it. Does it creep in any nerves? Do you feel like you know?
No,
you have to be
obviously a
careful
lot of
here.
people are like obviously crashing out, and I understand you've seen this story before bare
Yeah.
times in the last few years.
I've seen the story.
Yeah,
many
so
times,
obviously
many times,
people.
many times.
I get it. You've asked me the question. No, I've seen like people like that I know that sometimes I go to games with or whatever.
Yeah.
They message me afterwards like, bro, like I can't lie, give up, man. I ain't doing this again. I'm there like, bro, like stand up, man.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even halfway through this season, bro. And I believe this season, obviously, again, the gap is now 2 points, so it is a little bit dodge. And of course, if City click into gear the way they did, you know, on the weekend, then cool. But I've also seen issues in City's performances just literally 1 week ago, right? Even when they beat Leeds, the fact that it took them to the last minute to go and get a home win against Leeds, I think obviously they're massive competition, and like you're always gonna be fearful of City. You respect what City are on, like especially Erling Haaland. They can play dead and win every single game, no problem. But I still have to believe in my own team.
No, of
and
course.
So therefore,
Of course.
I'm not nervous because I can't really affect it anyway. It's whatever I think doesn't change it. So I think we'll be calm.
Yeah, no, I think obviously PTSD is a real thing. Trauma is a real thing. And obviously, you know what I mean? We've kind of seen the script before. You know, it's like, obviously Uncle Pat said it quite a number of times. It's a Netflix series. So
what did he say about the game against
this,
West Ham, by the way?
What did he say?
What did he say about the game against West Ham?
I don't know what he said about the game.
Because he stopped speaking with United.
Nah. But my point is,
he gets his mic ready for Arsenal. It reminds me of somebody.
No, but I'm just saying though, is this gonna be the season, in this Netflix series where the ending changes? It's a different ending. It's not Fast and Furious 8, 9, 10, where everything's the same and family and Vin Diesel and it's the same. It's just a different character.
Listen, just don't worry about us in it. Like you know, I was gonna make a joke about a documentary we were talking about before, bro. I said, let me know it on your channel, bro. But it's calm. It's a good ending. This one.
But just to close it off, do you think Aston Villa are genuine contenders, or do you think they're just they're forcing it?
No. They're not forcing anything to be. They're not the ones that are saying we're in the title race, but they're a very good team. I had them before the season to be 5th, and it looked dark at the beginning. I was getting laughed at because they lost like 5 in a row, didn't score a single goal. But now, obviously, they've been winning. They're a very good team, but again, to win the league.
But it's what happened to Chelsea.
Yeah,
so it's what happened to Chelsea.
Chelsea's another one.
It lasted 1 week.
I've been saying Chelsea. Even before the Arsenal game against Chelsea, I said that Chelsea can easily beat us in this game, but they're not in the title race. Like, please don't even start thinking.
But they were giving it the big one.
They were.
They were.
Like
the chest was out. Chest was out.
No, they were saying, "Oh, we're so upset to draw 1-1," but then they're beating their chest like that. So it's like, are you really upset or are you gassed about it? But
I think Aston Villa are trying to do the humble thing.
Yeah.
But again, I think
it's
over the course of the season, I just don't see them.
By match day 33, 34, it's going to be Arsenal and City. One way or another, they might be 2 points ahead, 2 points behind. I don't know.
Yeah.
It will be Arsenal and City.
No, I think so as well. I just don't see Aston Villa maintaining it anyway. But we'll move on.
Big up them anyway.
Big up them. They don't know. It was a big result, bro. I can't lie to you. That place was rocking. Villa Park was rocking. So yeah, big up to them. Just cool off though. Liverpool and Leeds.
Keep grinding, man. Keep grinding.
Leeds versus Liverpool. Of course, that game ended in 3-3. Dramatic game, to be fair. Bro, what's going on with Liverpool? Like, I've spoken about them quite a number of times this season already. What do you think is going wrong for them? Like,
there's so much in it. Bro, like, where do you begin, bro? Even after the game. We'll start, obviously, before the game. So, like, before each match, I put my predictions and whatnot, and I put a draw for this one. And, of course, the Liverpool fans, they were shouting at me, like, what are you talking about? Like, it's Leeds, whatever. They're going to be tired from the previous 2 games where Daniel Farke had to, like, save his job. I said, nah, man, Farke's tweaked the system a little bit. I think they can do something. At 2-0, bro, Ekitike bags twice in like 2 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
There's random people on Instagram, just with random like Mo Salah profile pictures. They're calling me, bro. I don't know who they are. They're calling me to ask me my thoughts like about them being 2-0 up. I'm thinking, okay, no problem. Like, obviously I'm not gonna pick up. I don't know who you are. Calling me is crazy. Yeah. Then of course,
you got the links in too early.
Do you know what I mean? Then Konate gives away a penalty. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, like, is it slightly game on here? Like, what's going on? They get the penalty in, and the moment it went 2-1, I thought they're gonna get back in this easily. Like, I've seen Leeds, I've seen Liverpool, the way they're collapsing recently. Tanaka got the third one actually. They get the second goal, and then Szoboszlai bags. I'm thinking, I'm gonna start calling me again, bro. They're gonna start calling me again. They're gonna start calling me again, bro.
Yeah.
And then of course, somehow they find a way to choke it again. So the main thing that I can't answer for is, and you'll love this one, why is Van Dijk moving like this?
Bro, do you know what it is, Van Dijk and Konate, and I feel like Konate has been holding more smoke, of course. His errors are like in your
It's
face.
loud, it's loud,
isn't
yeah.
it? But bro, Van Dijk's been booky this season as
No,
well.
no, he's
very
booky. But his
season.
one is like, I say more unexplainable because it's like, I don't know how you can go from being like last season, even though people are like, let's say you can be haters or whatever, but he was probably the best centre back in the world last season, right? And just go back to this, like what's going on? So that's one of the main factors. And of course, you have to speak on the whole Mo Salah thing. Yeah. Where it's like, that whole drama where he went up to the random Norwegian brother and he changed his broke-out life with that like explosive interview. I'm kind of unsure of what side to take because it's like, honestly, obviously, you can't just throw your legend on the bus like that. But at the same time, Salah's been kind of cheats for time now, bro. Since Nuno Mendes padlocked him in like March.
But do you know what it is though? I'm with you. I am caught some like I'm on Mo Salah side. I'll be real. I'm like 60-40. That's actually that's a bit too low for me. 65-35.
Okay.
I'm 65 on Salah's side because the whole team's been ass. It's like you're not dropping players like Wirtz. You're not dropping players like...
Number 2, he did have a couple games that he was dropped as well.
He did, but it was like you had to because everyone was putting the pressure on you. No one put pressure on him to drop Salah, bro. No one put pressure on him to drop Salah. I think he dropped Salah because he wanted to make it, picture it as like, he might be the problem, and now we might start playing well. And when they got that win against West Ham, it was kind of like his way of saying, okay, look, this might be the way forward. And
so hold on though, but ain't they unbeaten since Salah been dropped?
They have been, but they still drop points though. And let's be honest, the performances hasn't changed. The way there are still no patterns. The attack still looks a bit off. Like it's just there's so many. I feel like with them, and I've said it early in the season. There's so many structural problems on the pitch that it's just. It's giving him. He doesn't know where to even begin when it comes to finding the solution. If you had one issue, like for example, if it was only Konate making errors and that's what's costing you games, you just take him out of the team and put someone else in. But when it's like your attackers aren't delivering for you, your fullbacks have been ass, your defenders, your centre backs are making mistakes, your midfielders
stinking it
up. They're stinking it up. McAllister looks tired, bro. I don't know what's happened to McAllister this season himself as well, but like he just looks completely off it. So there's just so many problems. But Salah's the one I actually give grace to because he's the one that's been most affected by the signings. I feel like because when you have he played 8 years with Trent behind him. Of course. When you have that consistency of playing with someone behind you all the time, you form that sort of relationship, and that gets taken away from you. And then at the same time, you don't have you're not even forming a relationship with another fullback. It's changing. It's chopping and changing every game, bro. One day is Bradley, one day is Frimpong, one day is Szoboszlai in that position. That has an effect on him as well. Do you know what I mean? But I just feel like he has been scapegoating in the sense that I feel that the manager is trying to signal that he might be the problem, and that yes, now that he's been out of the team, we might see something different. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? But then to do
I hear that, but at the same time, he has been cheeks even for the last 3 months of the previous season, like as in at the end of it
back
as well.
end. He was.
You know what I mean, so I get what you're saying. Obviously, life without Trent and whatnot is different, and even let's say up front, right? It's hard to let's say navigate with Ekitike starting one time, then Isak comes in and he's being needy. Like they can't even decide which one they want to use there because obviously they went and got Ekitike, and then suddenly Isak is like, nah, I'm rolling, bro. Like, I'm gonna pull up. And now Ekitike might feel some type of way. Obviously, we don't know, right?
Yeah,
we ain't in the dressing room to know
of
exactly what comes.
Of course,
You'd imagine Ekitike is like, bro, like I'm bagging. Yeah. Big up Isak, but you can't just keep on benching me when I'm performing whilst Isak isn't showing us the Newcastle level. So obviously, it's not like it's all on Salah. It's not like his responsibility. So I get why he's mad that he's the one being benched. Like, at the same time, throwing a strop and throwing your tools at the prime when you have actively been stinking it up as well. Yeah. I think there's maybe different ways to go about it, but. I'm not Mo Salah.
Do you know what it is? I'm not gonna sit here and promote that type of behavior. I'm not gonna say that's what every player should do whenever they get dropped. I'm not saying that, but I think with Salah's case, I feel like because of what he's given to that club, because especially even that manager last season, let's be honest, a lot of it came down to Salah.
Yeah, it was a carry job.
It was a carry job last season. So for me, it's like I'm in that mind of like, talk your shit. You deserve to talk your shit because you are everything that club has become in recent times. You are the reason why that dynasty is what it is. You are responsible. One of the main reasons why that club has gone on to achieve some of the things that they have over the last 8 years. So if he's not allowed to talk shit, who can?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, no, but I hear you. But it's like there is a part where it's like he is very reluctant to accept any criticism. And I'll pass your man to like 2 years ago. The same West Ham away. Do you remember when he had that beef with Klopp?
Yes.
And then afterwards he was there like, if I speak, it's going to be explosive. And he never spoke. So it's like whenever he gets benched, it's like he can't just accept that. Sometimes, bro, you're not going to start every single game. I didn't really like the one bit I didn't like in his...
But he never came on, bro. That's a mad thing.
No, it's dark as well.
Yeah.
But
That's dark, bro. That's dark. That's basically saying you can't come on the pitch because I don't trust you enough to come on the pitch. That's a mad thing.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's definitely a personal thing, that one.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's the first time that's happened. And again, I'm sure he's going to be angry. I would be fuming as well. If I had done all that for Liverpool and then the gaffer, some random brother who, like I said, there's only one because, let's be honest, I am the one that was responsible. Yeah, I'm going to be fuming. But it's not the first time that he's been rattled by not, starting. Or even a few weeks ago, I forget what game it was. I think it was they played a German team in the Champions League. Was it Frankfurt maybe? Liverpool. And he didn't pass to Wirtz towards the end. Liverpool fans were not happy about it. They're like, oh, why didn't you pass to Wirtz? This guy was moving like, you see, 2010 BBM. Sleep, don't ping. Black profile picture. He removed Liverpool from his bio. He took everything away because Liverpool fans said, yo, why didn't you pass? I'm thinking, bro, like, you can't just bug out every single time.
Now, you're right. He does have a tendency to do it. And he has done it often, to be honest with you. But my question is going to be to you is, with Salah, do you think it was like a tactical... Him doing that interview, by the way, because he knows he's fully aware what he's doing.
Yeah, of course.
Do you think that was a tactical move from him to put pressure on the club to be like, it's either him or me?
If it was, and this could age very badly, but if it was, I don't think it's a good idea. Because I feel as though, this will not age badly because what I'm going to say is common sense. As the club, I think that would arguably make them even less likely to sack Slot. If they were on the brink of it, and now Salah said this, and then they go and sack him, it looks as though like, whatever Salah says, no problem. We will do that. We're going to sack him. And it's a bad precedent. So if anything, him saying that, although you're right, like it's going to have a lot of pressure, I think the smart thing or the logical thing to do would be not to sack him just because Salah
of course,
said
100%, not 100%. No, I think it would be crazy.
They should have sacked him anyway, but regardless of the Salah thing. But now it's like, you can't do it now. Now you have to wait a little bit again. So
I don't think Liverpool are that type of club anyway. I think Liverpool are a club that carry themselves well. Like, even as a hater, I can admit, I don't think they're that type of reactive type of club. But I think ultimately, I think they both lose, really and truly, because I think now what happens is, Salah's played his last game for Liverpool.
You reckon?
I think he's done, but I think he goes to AFCON. I don't think he's going to even be in the squad next game.
For Inter?
I just don't think I don't think he's going to play any more part. I think he goes to AFCON. And that's it. I think he gets sold in January. But then I also see Slot getting sacked this season.
I don't see either being there in August.
So by the end of the season, they're both gone.
None of them are going to be there.
So I think they both lose. And if they were smart, they would have, sat down together and had a discussion behind closed doors. And media said, "What's the issue here?" Resolved it between themselves.
Maybe,
but now
maybe they have
it
it because he did say that like they made some promises. Now again, I don't know what the promises are because if it was you're going to invest, I mean, hey. They put $500 million. So
you can't
if their promise was investment, they didn't lie about that. But whatever they lied about, maybe they did have a meeting. We don't really know the ins and outs.
Maybe he's talking about in regards to when he extended his contract. Maybe that's what it is. We don't really know.
Maybe
the ins and outs in it. But it's interesting. Obviously, shout out Leeds as well because Leeds,
big performance, man.
This whole week has been big for them. Even going as far back as the Man City game, because I think Man City, they're unfortunate to not get at least a point from that. But then for them to beat Chelsea midweek and then obviously get a point against Liverpool.
And both deserved, like, completely as well.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, bro. I had Leeds going down before this week.
Yeah.
Now my views kind of changed on them a little bit. I do think they got a chance now. It's funny because both managers came into this game with pressure.
Yeah. They told him you got 2 games to save your job. But those 2 games, we're all laughing, thinking, how are you going to give a man 2 games? And it's Chelsea Liverpool, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The owners definitely just wanted to get him out anyhow. Now they're thinking, eesh.
Now they kind of have to. Now they got pressure. But I think it's a good thing for them because now it kind of, you can see the players are fighting for him. That's what it shows. It shows the players are fighting for him. Do you think Leeds will still go down? Or do you think...
Ooh, I'm not sure, because obviously I had them to go down as well. I think Wolves, they're cooked in it. 2 points, they might get 5, on Monday. I don't know. But even then, I think the 5 won't. Oh no, they play you again the same. Okay, they might be on 8, right? But aside from that,
this guy's trying to get his links in. I say that, I get you. I can see what you're trying to do.
So
here,
they'll be on 8, but I think 8 points is still not maybe quite enough. So I think they're gone. Burnley, I just don't think are good enough. And then it leaves one spot, and I still feel as though Leeds maybe are riding a bit of a high right now. I feel like West Ham and even Forest have maybe a bit more quality about them to over a long period maybe get the points. But I mean, like I said, fair play to them. I'm liking Tanaka, I can't lie. His ball striking is clean. I like it. But we'll see what happens.
Big up them for sure. Big up Leeds. Big draw for them. And then obviously we're gonna move on to the next game. Another title contender here, Man City versus Sunderland. Convincing win, bro. It's looking like a little bit like City of old. Turkey and Foden are moving especially Foden, by the way, because Foden, I have to give him his credit. He's been kind of not saving Man City, but it's been a bit of a carry job from him, to be fair. And obviously Cherky just looked crazy, was going off in the game. So are you worried about them? That's the question I'm going to
It's always going to be like a worried thing. Like initially you asked like if I'm nervous, it's no. But I'm always going to be concerned about Man City because they are, when they're like on it, they're fantastic. They're incredible, even just to watch, let alone the points as well. So what I was saying was the week or two beforehand, they were getting the wins, but like we mentioned against Leeds, scrappy, right at the death, you've thrown away a 2-0 lead. Fulham, you almost lost from 5-1, you almost made it 5-5 if it wasn't for Gvardiol clearing it. So I'm there thinking, all right, we've lost to Villa. Sunderland. Where you got for me, bro? I know it's always more, but maybe you got something for me. And to be fair, the first 30 minutes or so, they were cooking their own.
Yeah, they were cooking a little bit. Yeah.
And then obviously, Ruben Dias just bangs it like company out of nowhere. I'm thinking, it might get a bit tough. And then obviously they make it 2-0 Gvardiol, and then that third goal with Cherky and Foden. Like you mentioned, Foden, to be fair, we spent a lot of time at the start of the season, maybe the first 10 games or so, saying, is anyone other than Haaland going to help out here? Haaland stopped scoring, and then to be fair, Foden picked up that slack. So you have to obviously give him his credit reluctantly and say, you're doing your thing. When they're playing good, it's a joy to watch. Even like the 3-0 against Liverpool, for example, I enjoy watching that. That was a very cold performance, so fair play.
Now, I think he's kind of cracked the code a little bit with that Cherky Foden partnership. I think he's kind of clocked, this is what we might need going forward. Because every time them two play together, or anytime Cherky comes on and then now it's Foden, both of them are on the pitch, it's different. I think everything becomes more fluid. Creativity goes on to another level. All of a sudden now they're finding the gaps, they're finding the passes. I just think, I think it does obviously leave them a little bit defensive.
That's what I'm hoping for. Like, away game, like had that been like away Sunderland, obviously I don't think they're gonna.
No, you can't.
I think it was who did they play recently as well? Where Cherky, I forgot who they played.
It was Leeds.
It was
the Leeds game.
Yeah. Cherky, I'm not quite sure about. Even though I rate Cherky super high, there's some games where I'm like, maybe it's not your turn right now. Just have a little 20 minutes at the end, maybe if you have to just unlock the defense, but. Starting them both in like the big, no, you can't. You got to manage it well. So we'll see.
But I think in terms of them in those type of, especially those home games against the lesser teams, I think they've kind of cracked.
They should realistically go.
Because for me, you know what it is with Man City as well. I feel like everyone's talking about how vulnerable they've been this season. Everyone's talking about how it's not the same Man City. They've been weaker. They're not as convincing. But on the other side, Arsenal have been, I would probably say, at their optimal. I would say. I think you're quite. If not you're optimal, you're close to your optimal. I would say, and you'll be performing at that level where you're just dominating, and yet they're only 2 points behind. It's kind of like, for me, it's only thinking like my thinking is like, if Man City go into January strengthen and then they turn it up another notch. I don't know. It's just for me.
That can happen, but at the same time, like, I'm not one that I like to like bang on about it. But we have players coming back as well.
No, of course.
So
I
don't think this is Arsenal at the optimal level.
Super cat habits. I know.
Don't try that, bro. Hey, Gabriel Jesus, bro. We're coming.
Hey, put that one in the bag,
We're coming, bro. We're coming.
Put that one in the bag,
the Jesus
man.
Little flicks and that, bro.
Come on, man. He might last like 5 games. He might last 5 games, man.
But that 5 games, bro. That 5 games.
That 5 games is crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. Hey. So I definitely hear it, but it's a tough one to assess, right? Because 2 points, it is a bit of a techie gap, and it can go both ways. Where it's like, at some point they're gonna click and go crazy, or it's a case of no, actually they are vulnerable because they aren't as good without, let's say, I don't know, a KDB or Rodri, who we have no idea when he's coming back. It's a tough one. Then one Rice injury, and then boom, that's maybe the one Arsenal injury that you think you cannot replace that one. So we'll see.
No, it'll be interesting. I think things will spice up. I think this is a big month, December, because the game's coming thick and fast. I think this is where you're really gonna see how the title sort of charge shapes up anyway. But next game is Chelsea Bournemouth. Dead game 0-0. You know me, I hate 0-0s, by the way. I hate talking about 0-0s. I hate watching highlights of 0-0s.
You're the reason why when you go on
like,
Sky Sports, it's got like 10k views on that game. Every game has like 1 million. And 0-0, 10k.
I don't click on 0-0 highlights. But I did watch it because obviously I wanted to kind of understand what happened in the game. But Chelsea, they've bottled it in a week. They went from literally, listen, we got a chance here.
It's because they won their World Cup final, bro. 1-1.
It was crazy.
It was a crazy win, bro. Big up them, obviously. Congrats on that. But they were talking about, I saw on Twitter as well afterwards, they were saying like, no worries. Without Caicedo for a couple games, he finally gets to rest. Now we get to use Andre Santos and Enzo and whatnot. Bro, we're now seeing it is a serious Caicedo carry job, bro. That team with no Caicedo
looks different still.
It looks dark, bro. And listen, this is a Bournemouth team who if we had said this maybe a month ago, you're thinking, oh, you know what, fair play, draw away there. They've lost like 5 or 6 games in a row, bro. They're getting packed in by everyone right now. Recently, Bournemouth. So
yeah, we got them coming up soon. So hopefully they keep that form up.
Yeah, no comment on that one. No comment. No offer prediction for that game. I tell you now, they're gonna be back, bro.
We're gonna give the confidence booster,
bro. You see, we're trying to say we're the confidence booster. Like, I'm gonna rest for that game because we got United on the weekend. Let's put the actual team out for that one and get a nice little 3 points.
Bounce back.
Nah, it was another game where you look at Garnacho and Pedro Neto as unfortunately just 2 hideous twins, man. I can't lie. Like, it's just, I know that's your world superstar talent and that, but for me, it's like, bro, watching this guy, again, Champions League, I believe there'll be those away games
100%.
where,
that's where,
you know, you get him in behind.
Yeah,
if you get me
100%.
behind like 7 times, at least one occasion he'll make it count. But when you only get 2 or 3 chances, and one of them is Garnacho,
that's when it gets a bit spooky. He's always had that issue. He's always said his issue is that not being able to. He's not as efficient as he should be.
And I think Chelsea. The thing with Chelsea, as far as their like best 11 goes, of course, listen, Maresca in the big games, he's got that CV. We keep on saying that, like he can cook against PSG, Arsenal, Barcelona, whoever.
Yeah.
The best 11 is good. But the moment you take out even just like 1 or 2 pieces, it looks completely different. Whereas
the levels drop.
We spoke about, like, let's say Arsenal, who up until 2 weeks ago, nobody was even talking about the injuries because it's like you just keep on winning anyway, right? You have all the forwards out for ages. Nobody was even saying anything. Saka was out for time. Nobody said anything. Odegaard out for time. Defenders out for time. Chelsea's one is they need that 11 every single time. And in the Premier League, that's not realistic. So, like I said, the title charge was never a thing for me. But I think it would be like Arsenal and City, whatever order up there, then like a bit of a gap to Chelsea, and then a gap to whoever's fighting for that fourth spot.
Now, I still think Chelsea will secure top 4. I don't have any doubts that they'll get there. They'll get Champions League football. Just title picture was a bit too much of a reach. Yeah. And I think this week kind of exposed that anyway. So, but yeah, in terms of getting top 4, I don't see any issues. I think they've got enough quality to get the top 4.
They might need a striker at some point, though.
They do. I think Liam Delap obviously still hasn't really adapted. He hasn't really kicked it off.
And I rated him as well.
I think he will still come good. I think his potential is still high. And obviously they already spent 30 million on him. In terms of that kind of investment on a young talent like that, you can buy.
So far, it's just been WWE.
Yeah, it has been WWE. It is. He's giving me Hoyland vibes. I can't lie.
You see Troy Deeney at Baller League last season. Just running around, barging guys, bro. What kind of football is this?
But I think they can be patient with him just because the investment wasn't too much. He's got high potential. He's got high ceiling. So I think they'll give him time. They need to bring in someone experienced, someone that's like an Osman type of striker that can just
I hope not,
carry that kind of, you know what I mean? And then he could just be on the bench and come in when he needs to come in. Yeah, he is struggling right now at the moment. Next game, last game, is Tottenham versus Brentford. Tottenham obviously won 2-0, quite a comfortable win for them, to be fair. And obviously it's I think it's their second home win of the season, you know, in the Premier League.
I think since like the beginning of this.
Since the opening day, literally, you know. So obviously it's kind of giving Thomas Frank a bit of breathing space.
Xavi Simons, he had to, bro. If he doesn't beat his own team, like, at that point, bro.
I genuinely think that was make or break. That game would have decided his fate. I'm not gonna lie to you, but obviously he's kind of bought himself a bit more time. Xavi Simons goal and assist as well. Man of the match performers.
Finally
answered the. They said he finally answered the call. Bro, we've been calling for months.
He was underground. The signal wasn't there, bro.
He was on that Bakerloo line.
Ran out of credit, bro. Ran out of credit, like on an old phone, bro. On a burner.
Oh, man said it was a burner. He wasn't even carrying a SIM card.
Nah, man.
No SIM card, no
nothing. Bro. No T-Board, no nothing, man. Nothing was there.
That is crazy. But obviously, yeah, it seemed like a good day for Spurs fans. Honestly, where do you see their season? Where do you like?
They're confusing.
They're confusing.
I'll be honest. I do rate Thomas Frank. You know, I actually, prior to this season, I thought that's a really good appointment because I felt like Ange had to go regardless. I know he won Europa League and blah blah blah. But again, you win a final against United. Like, it's not that special. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's something not that bad.
Good one.
And they still finished 17th, so it's quite bad.
Yeah.
They had to get rid of him. And Thomas Frank, I think he's a good manager. But obviously, the issue he's had so far for me is that I keep saying he's coaching as though he's still at Brentford.
Yeah.
I'm like, brother, at some point you have to like take the game to smaller teams, right? Like Brentford are obviously smaller than Spurs. You can't be bringing me Paulinho in the 6 and then he's there screening and tackling. I don't want to see that, bro.
Yeah.
Go and put your best forwards out. Let them try and thrive. We've seen obviously Xavi Simons, like we said, he got a goal and assist. Finally, contributing something to that team. So maybe with a couple injuries back, they might be, a competent team. But like I don't see them any more dangerous than like, let's say, a Villa right now or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's inevitable, bro. I think he's gonna get sacked. I don't.
You
think,
reckon?
Yeah, I think that game was a one-off. I think Brentford was just poor. I just think the players don't rate him, bro. Just from the body language, just the way. I just don't think they're buying into him.
Yeah.
I think he's come into the club, like you said, he's treating it like
He's a good dude, innit?
He's a good dude, and I think he's treating it like it's Brentford, and I think the players have kind of like seen through it. Yes, they'll get one win here and there, but I think for what they expected, I think for how he's approached it, I just think he's kind of sinking a little bit, bro. And I think it's inevitable. I think if he gets one or two more bad results, I think his time's out of the club. I just don't. With Andrew, it was different. With Andrew, even though they will have a stinky performances, stinky results, it's like the players bleed still. They fought for him. I think with Frank, he's coming a bit confused. He's coming weak. He's been a bit timid, bro. I don't have to explain it.
No, I get what you mean. He's a good dude as well.
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
Right, and it's crazy because obviously a lot of Man United fans wanted him at United. I'm just thinking, bro, if you can't handle Tottenham Stadium, if you can't handle the Beyonce Stadium,
United is a little bit too.
You know what I mean? Old Trafford would have. I think he would have. Bro, it would have snatched his soul. Generally, I think 2 weeks I'll be on Man United would have snatched his soul. So I'm kind of worried for him. I think it's inevitable, bro. Generally, like I know they won this week, and I don't want to get too harsh on him for this week, but I just think it's inevitable, bro.
I don't know what the owners are like nowadays in terms of chopping and changing, innit? Because they had obviously it was Levy for bare long. So I don't know how it's operating nowadays. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I think give him a season at least, see what one, because it's not going to be worse than 17th.
Bro, I'll be surprised if he makes it to New Year.
Fair.
I swear to you.
No, I'm not saying it wrong. I don't know how they move. You could argue he should be sacked, but will he be sacked is a different
story.
I don't know.
You're right. No, you're right. But bro, appreciate you coming on, man.
Of course.
Now, look, I know it's been a rough weekend for you.
Don't worry. Next time, we'll be an 8-point gap.
Like, by the way, guys, he tried to give me like a million excuses why he could have come today, and I was like, "Come on, bro, let's just come." I'm like, "Just come." I'm like, "Just come, bro." Like, it's not like Z. I promise I won't go that hard on you, man.
Don't let me start bringing the screenshots of what time. You know, by the way, I was sitting here, waiting for this guy to say, "Oh, yeah, 10 minutes, bro." And he's gonna try to crop this out the video. Dude, whoever's editing this, who's cropping this?
It's my brother still.
It's your, hey, he'll know. He'll know about the timing. He'll know about the timing. I ain't gonna say anything.
No, listen. No, bro. I appreciate you definitely coming down.
All good, man.
Thank you very much. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Please make sure to also share your comments on what you thought in terms of this week's games and this week's matches. And until next time, peace.